Hola Colchoneros, this is me, Alex, and welcome back to the channel, Atleti Fanatics. And again, this is I have with me Saint Keeks, and La Liga is literally over for us, but we still have 6 matches to go. This is our 33rd match day against Rayo Vallecano, and Rayo Vallecano has been pretty decent this season. They've been a team who's been consistent in the top half of the table. There was a time when they were sixth. Right now, like if I check the table right now, I think like there might be some changes because like there are some matches going on right now. So even if I check the table right now, Rayo Vallecano right now is at, oh, they've dropped from the, they're on the 10th position. So yeah, the last time, like the best position I watched of Rayo Vallecano was they were sixth on the table. Like this time they are 10th on the table with 41 points, and again we are on the table, and we are pushing for that second position. But again, I think that loss against Las Palmas really, you know, really thrashed our dreams of getting to like to be in the title race, or like even like like to make that jump to the second place. But I think if we win this match and Real is playing Getafe right now, I hope Bordelas have something for us. So we finger crossed everything. Again, so we can cut the gap to 4 points, and if they lose, we can cut the gap to again 3 points itself. And then they have El Clasico. They have a few tough matches coming up as well. But anyway, moving on to the match, Rayo Vallecano, I think like we don't really have much to play for unless and until like we can achieve that second position. We can get those extra 5 to 7 millions. I think like 5 to 7 millions now sounds like pretty good deal. So given the fact that we can get Mourinho literally for free if we finish second, and we can increase our salary cap as well. So I'm gonna go to Saint Keeks now. So Saint Keeks, what do you think about coming up to this match day, and what are your thoughts?
Um, it's a little disappointing, but there'll be nothing anything. But at the same time, I think I'm not. It's not crazy to me. Like this is not the first time we've ended a year without any trophies or really anything. But at the same time, I think the difference here is for me, this year has been very eye opening in the sense of I feel there's a winning formula here. We for the most part have used 4-4-2, but we've used 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-3-3, a lot of different formations, right? And to a varying degree of success with a lot of different people. And I got to see what Simeone thought of our squad, rotations, being able to keep people in shape, being able to get a lot out of players that a lot of people didn't really believe in. For instance, um, I think Molina's season that he's shown this year compared to last year has been a very nice and welcome break. I think Korea scoring in the Champions League 3 different times is something that I was very happy to see. I think getting to see Byers step up and get to that yet another level, fantastic to watch. So it's like on, and then the fact that we actually competed in all 3 tournaments to a fair degree. We got to semifinals in Copa del Rey. We got to the round of 16. I got robbed. We went to La Liga, and then it fell apart. But it's like, I think it's clear who we need to get to that next stage. And I think this season we knocked on the door, despite the fact that we really only started a rebuild after not really investing into the squad for the past 3, 4, 5 years. So it's good for me to see that I want us to finish strong, because every time that we finish strong, we have a good preseason. After we have a good preseason, we get good results in the season throughout the season. I think there are plenty of players who are with us right now who've never actually had a preseason with us properly. I think Molina is one of the greatest examples. Molina has never had a preseason. He's always been injured or in a tournament or something, you know? So
Julian Lopez didn't have a piece with us.
Julian Alvarez did not get to have a preseason at all. Gallagher didn't get to have a preseason. Solon had that
Gallagher,
one match, you know? So getting to
Longley, but I
Longley
think
will not
Longley
come
is
back.
not a player.
Longley will not come
Not
back.
a player.
but
six
but
more
but
matches. We're gonna take our hands off him. The 6 more matches.
God willing, he will not be back. Like, I'm not sure about some players and whether or not they will stay or not stay, and who is going to stay after the season. But being able to go into a preseason and be able to properly define certain players' roles and what they can and can't do, while also being able to incorporate some of these younger players to give them that rest throughout that season, to give them a little, also a little bit of competition is what I want to see. And so I look at this Rayo game with some optimism, in the sense that trying to experiment now should give us results in this next future. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say that this is a team. Like, I mean, like, if we see about like our last time we played Rayo Vallecano, we played a 1-1 draw with Conor Gallagher scoring from outside the box, and it was a very dull match, to be honest. Again, the keeper was fantastic of Rayo Vallecano against us in that match day. And again, they scored a goal as well, Easy Palazon, with like some shot, and then like, he just stuck it in. And but again, it was a frustrating match. It was a very frustrating match. And if we go last season at home, okay, so yeah, last season when you played them, when you played them away, actually we scored 7 goals. Like Morata bagging 2 goals that are coming out of the bench, and then everyone is having a party actually. And Rayo Vallecano. And then when you played them at home, Memphis Depay scored the winner. If you guys remember that, he scored with, I think there was a keeper mistake. He could have saved it, but he didn't. But yeah, I think again I would say this is a good chance that we can actually give debut to our some Atleti graduates. I think so. I think from now on, like every home game, we'll have that chance to give debut to our academy players, just because we're playing at home, and then like just because we are so much better at home. This would be a good chance, but again, that depends on how we play the first half, because the first half is really, really important. Like we have to literally score at least 2 3 goals, to give that let's say a
cushion.
breather to, yeah, a cushion or a breather to the team. And if we're gonna just like make it complicated, like keep it hanging in between with that 0-0, it's gonna be frustrating. And talking about this time again, we have again the whole squad as well, so like there's no excuses, to be honest. We literally have everyone with Angel Korea coming back as well. And talking about Angel Korea actually, so there's a recent news about Angel Korea that Atleti is asking 20 million for Angel Korea, and the most interested teams in Angel Korea at the moment is either Tigres from Mexico or River Plate. River Plate, I think, is because Gallardo really likes Angel Korea. Marcel Gallardo really likes him, and I would say since we want to get Mastantuono from River Plate, Angel Correa can be a really good deal. We can include him in somewhat, let's say, like, you give us 20, like, or like, like to lower his fees maybe, or even like if we have to like pay his release clause, I think 20 million going to River Plate can help us. Like Mastantuono for me is a must signing alongside Alex Baena and a good centre back, because like I said, like he can be our future Griezmann. It's literally a region of, let's say again, is Argentina is a left footed as well. So like who knows, like what he can be for us. He has that great potential. He can be like the next big thing. And imagine him playing alongside Julian Alvarez, and then let's say we bag another good striker as well in Victor Gyökeres or anyone. With Alex Baena playing in midfield as well, like just look at the team, how it can be like we can be like a really a force in Europe, to be honest. But again, like I said, like we can really get Mastantuan really cheap right now. We shouldn't make that Alvarez mistake or Lautaro Martinez mistake like we did in the past, because there's no point. Like we could have get Julian Alvarez for like what 20 million, 19, something like that, and like then we have to pay literally like the double,
The
not even double, triple, or let's say, or
the
like
same
the
year
five times
we
amount.
got the same year we could have got Alvarez was the same year we could have got Enzo. So we could have got 20 million for Alvarez, which was his release clause, and he was being shopped around Europe. So we went to see the thing. We said we were very interested in him, and we wanted to go through the deal, but because we didn't have any money, um, I think there was some kind of situation with our money. I think it was like a some his wages plus something else, right? So we couldn't go through with it, and so he ended up
Yeah,
at City. And then
exactly. That's
Enzo is just like, oh, we really need a midfield replacement. We could get somebody for 15 million. Could be potentially never. Man went up for 100 and something million in Chelsea. So yeah,
exactly. So
mistakes.
20 million for Alvarez at that time, and then like we have to buy him from 90 million, which again, it's a lot. And then again, Enzo Fernandez, like we could have get him for again cheap, but then now Enzo Fernandez like over 100 million, so that's a no go. And then
Hmm.
now Bastantuono is again, I wouldn't say like very cheap, but again, I think like given the talent he has, given the potential he has, I think it's a fair price to be honest.
Hmm.
But again, like, do we really want to make the same mistake of him letting go to another club and then like buying him back for let's say over 100 million and then it doesn't make sense because
There's always that. Huh?
exactly it doesn't make sense. So like we need to like think about this one because if Angel Korea can give us 20 million, I think it's a pretty good way to get Masantuano as well. So like we can use the 20 million in getting Masantuano, so that'll be a great. And I think getting 20 million for Angel Korea is this is a very good amount to be honest. He is like he's gonna reach 30s or I think he's already in his 30s right now.
It
He's
is
a very
it
good
is.
player. Yeah, like there you go. And then like I think he's a very good player. He has those skills. He's a super sub as well. 20
Hmm.
million for him is a very very good deal. I would take it. I would take it happily. What do you think about this Angel Korea leaving for 20 million?
I think uh, it's possible, but I think Atleti's being a little ambitious with it because he has a year left on his contract deal, and besides Tigres, there's really no competition for, as far as we know right now, anyway. There's no competition for Korea. So the 10 million that was 10 to 15 million that was previously reported from Argentina with the deal towards Tigres. All of us, well, Atletico wants 20, so it's like you're asking for a little bit more, but it's like I don't know us to be a particularly good selling club. I don't know that River Plate is in a particularly amazing spot in terms of financial position to want to spend 20 million on Angel Korea. Although I do think from watching some of their games that they should be able to use somebody who could get in between those lines, be able to score from those acute angles and do something different from what they normally are accustomed to doing. But 20 minutes is a lot. These teams don't really want to be spending that much on Korea. 10 million and 50 million is not impossible for them, to be honest, but they still have other places that they want to do. So negotiations will have to come into play. And then there's the follow up, which is should we get Mastantuono? There's a sort of a understanding that River Plate want him till 2026. So next year, January, right?
Yeah, that's fair as well actually because he's 17. He has to turn 18 to come to Atletico Madrid. So like he has an year. Like he has to spend out
Actually,
Atletico
because
Madrid.
of the fact that he has an Italian passport, he could go straight. So him having that dual citizenship means that he could, if we were to buy him in the summer, he could theoretically come straight to Atletico. But River Plate want him till the end of the season, and that's not an unfair loan. Being able to give
That's
him that
that's true
extra
as well.
period of
Like
time is
yeah,
fine.
they can keep him given the fact that again like Griezmann is staying until 2026. So that's a pretty good deal I would say.
And
Like
plus they're in the Club World Cup, so we'll probably be getting to see a lot of outside Atletico, of course, in Club World Cup. We'll get to see some of his games. I'm not sure how are they broadcasting Club World Cup again.
I have no idea to be honest.
We'll find out when it comes, but we'll get to see more of him. Hopefully, he is on the table. He is one of the main focuses because I think Griezmann has had different eras in Atletico. He was a winger when he first came in because that's what he was in Sociedad, and then he became kind of like a second striker in his later years. Now he's more of like a 10, kind of almost attacking midfielder where he's dropping in and these other things. So we get to see what is the last version of Griezmann almost, the dropping in and stuff. That's what Masanto is. That's what he can become. And we really want that because when Griezmann plays well, he facilitates our team to such a high level. And to get a replacement for that, while Griezmann is on his downturn, while he's like that would be perfect for us, I think.
True, true. Talking about Griezmann, actually, like again, so Griezmann has renewed with us until 2026, and Simeone, I think, like he had a conversation with him, and like again, Atletico de Madrid, I think, have conveyed this message to him that like now, like he has different role to play in the team. So it's something like which is us Piliqueta is doing right now, like kind of like a mentorship kind of a
Hmm.
thing. Now, you won't play specific number of games, you'll be there in the team just to mentor the young players, and like the minutes of Griezmann would be evaluated like 10 to 20 minutes where he can impact the game. And I mean that's fair as well given the fact that like he's getting like he's 35 now, I guess, and he's again he's getting to that like he's way past his best, to be honest. And I think 10 to 20 minutes is good given, and also like he's staying in the team. Next season again we can go for the La Liga title. I mean, like imagine winning La Liga in your last season in Europe
Last
as well.
dance.
Exactly, which will be a happy ending, that's for sure. This new role of Griezmann, I think like it's understandable, but again, like how would he take it? I don't know. Like I hope he takes it in a good, positive way. And like again, like Simeone said in the interview today, like there are some players like who has to put the team forward instead of like being an individual. So like you have to put the team forward. So I think like Griezmann would grow into that role as the next season will become. And again, like we see that like the news coming up is that this is gonna be the second game running where he will be benched, which hasn't happened since a very long time. And Solot starting. Talking about Solot as well, I think Solot has to. I think he has to show because like whenever he starts, he doesn't really impact the game that much. So I think like he has something to prove as well. And also for the fact that like we are looking for a new striker, so like he'll have competition, and then again it's gonna be the same. So like if he wants to be like get those regular minutes, I think he has to improve himself as a starter as well. So this is another good opportunity for Solot as well against Rayo Vallecano. I think can use it pretty good. And anyway, to you now. What do you think about the Griezmann new role and again him getting benched for the second consecutive game? What do you think about this?
Um, I think it does alleviate a lot of my concerns because he's been playing poorly for a while now, and if he is more of a bench role kind of player who can come off the bench and give us that extra link up and that dimension that we need to ensure everything as games end off, we can replicate what I think we've done throughout that first part of the season, where we're just getting goals and assists at the very end of the games. That's what I'd like to believe. But then the follow up again was is Griezmann is a player who likes to touch the ball a lot, and I don't know. I let me not put too much pessimism. I'm just gonna assume that just like at the start of the 22-23 season, he just came off that bench for like that half an hour and was just like really good throughout that entire set of games. And let's assume that that's what we're gonna get, and that's what the role is going to entail. And from that, the reality is we do need a starting nine, right? I think Solot has had more than enough chances. I know he needs to step up still throughout these last couple of games, but he has more than enough chances. He has 3 goals from over 11 starts in La Liga, and then he has like 9 from off the bench. Like it's kind of clear where his best role is for Atletico right now, and it's a shame because I think Solot is a player who is a very good finisher. He has areas lacking in other places, but he's usually a very good finisher. What we saw last season with Villarreal, we got 23 non penalty goals. It's a clear sign of I can do a lot. And so when you come to Atletico, who has a high amount of chance creation as well, I thought things would be different. So we didn't get what we exactly wanted. He's still very good. He still has a squad potential, but if we're getting a starting nine, and I just wish we didn't spend 35 million on Solat if this was the conclusion. Because if he was going to be a sub player, 35 million for a sub player is not the goal, man.
Plus, again, like Sorloth is like 29, is gonna hit 30 pretty soon. So,
Yeah,
again, we were getting Dubik for the same amount. Dubik is young as well. Dubik is very fast as well. So, but again, like, if the player doesn't align with the mindset of the club or anything, I guess like he didn't like the project, or I don't know, like there's some misunderstanding, and his agent asked for something more, I guess, but there was something that's why the deal didn't go through. Um, but yeah, I mean, like getting so low for that amount, I would say like yes, I agree. I agree. I think like we overpaid for him a little bit, and this season he hasn't been that kind of a player that who is like 35, 40 million. He doesn't look like that. So yeah, I think like if it was 15, 20 million, then I think it was a perfect signing. But yeah, 35, 40 like seems a bit too much. Even though like he scored like what 22, 23 goals last season, but
yeah.
still, but still. But anyway, going back to the match day now. So the predicted lineups for the match. What are your thoughts? Who should start for tomorrow? And then we're gonna come like what came from the news. Who are starting? What do you
Um,
think?
well, the basic front two and Alvarez and Solas. Uh, I'd like to see Koke Barrios again, although I'm not sure because Rayo's a little aggressive with the midfield. So maybe De Paul and then Juliano and Gallagher. I don't think I want to change anything there. And if I can help it, I'll do the exact same backline as the last game, but with Reynaldo instead of Galan. I think that's my idea of what should be there. So yeah.
Okay.
Subs. Oh, right, subs. I would like to see Lamar in this game. I think a game like this is a
Good
game where
shout.
he could show up. Huh?
Good shout. Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Good shout.
yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say here.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I think like I would go with. I think I'll give Molina some minutes in this match. I'll start with Molina instead of Llorente, but again, we'll get to the lineup which was used at the training ground today. But for me, I would say like I would like Molina on the right back for this match, and then again, um, I'm not gonna go with Longley. I think like I would have gonna try like to play Costas, but again I don't like it won't happen. Like I wanted to try Costas on left center back, like how he performs. But again, I think Jimenez and Lenormand would have been enough for me. And then the left back position, I think I would have given to Renildo this time. Havikalan had the opportunity last time, so I would give this opportunity to Renildo. And then the midfield, I would go with De Paul, Barrios, Gallagher, and Giuliano. I think I won't change anything on this one. And then the starting pair with Julian Barrios and Sorloth itself. And for the Serbs, I would say, yeah, Lemar definitely off the bench. And then I would like someone from the academy as well, to get the debut. Let's say Adrian already got his debut. Let's say,
Ryan.
oh yeah, Ryan. Yeah, especially on the left hand side. To be honest, yeah, sure. And then
Yeah.
even Jenna can as well. And yeah, I think like again, Costas is he kind of like linked with Celta Vigo. So
Hmm.
again, I mean like yeah, we have to like look that one as well. We should give a try with him on the left center back position as well. But I think it's a full squad. I won't be surprised if there are no academy players tomorrow picked up for the match day as well, which would be very very harsh to be honest. But I think, but again, like who do you leave out to be honest? Because the whole squad is present. You get me?
Um.
So, I mean, like they can be. I think like one or two graduates can be included. That's for sure. This is what I
Yeah.
think.
I think for sure I agree. I think Jane has had a nice little run of form with the B team. He's scoring us at goals. He's a good nine. He's tall. He's fast. He's strong. He's good at dribbling. He's capable of hold up play and these other things. His only problem consistently has been that sort of getting that consistent finishing. So as he's getting that little run of form, maybe give him that little confidence boost by giving him this debut and be able to say, hey, if you keep this up, this is a possible reality for you, and kind of boost his spirits.
True,
Uh,
true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some players I just don't want to see play for Atletico till the end of the season, if I can help it. I think after, if anybody's been consistently watching this, I think you already know is Longley and Galan are not my favorite players right now. Longley has not
Yeah,
been my
well,
favorite.
talking about them, this was the starting lineup for in today's training, and
Mhm.
most probably the starting lineup which will play tomorrow as well. So it's Laurent on the right back, and then it's Lenormand and Longley, Saint Kiek's favorite player, and then Javi Galan on the left hand side against Saint Kiek's second best player, and and then it's a midfield of De Paul, Barrios, Gallagher, and Giuliano. I think there's no Koke is going out.
Mhm.
De Paul is coming in, and then the front two of Julian Valles and Soldat. So yeah, it's there's two changes. Jimenez going out and Koke going out with Longley and De Paul coming in. I mean, again, I think it's a decent starting lineup, but again, like we have to kill the game in the first half in order to, like have a breather and like maybe have a chance to give debuts to the academy graduates. But anyway, moving on to the next, the score prediction. So, what do you think? What will be the score tomorrow? Are we gonna help Oblak with the Zamora Trophy or not?
Not to that backline. Not against Right. Right two has been arguably one of the best, even though he hasn't had a lot of goal contributions. He's been one of the most dangerous right backs this season, and so to know that that kind of fullback is going to be actively attacking us on that same flank that we are particularly weak in is not a good feeling. Uh, Isi Palason being there, I'm not sure about the injuries. Let me not say something too crazy. I need to make sure about the injuries, but I just don't feel confident in. I don't even feel comfortable. It's not about a win. I don't feel comfortable with the clean sheet. I really don't, and that's the sad part. I think we need to. I want to believe we get a win, but I'm seeing a 1-1. Let's hope for a 2-0, but whatever. I'll take what I get. I don't want
Okay,
a
so
loss though.
if it's gonna be 2-0, so like it's gonna score.
I think Giuliano and maybe
Juliano, okay.
Gallagher. I think those are the two.
Okay. So you're going for with Gallagher as well. Okay, all right. I think for me it should be a very comfortable 3-0.
Mm.
Yeah, but again with the City thing is comfortable. So yeah, I think yeah. Uh, I think it's a match. I think we should really perform well, and we would see in the first 10 minutes if there is the intention or not. We would see that within the first 10 minutes. But with the team we have, I think we should win 3-0 easily. But let's see. I think I would say really want Oblak to win the Zabra Trophy. So yeah, that's how I'm going. That's how I'm going with 3-0.
I'm just hoping for the clean sheet. That's my main objective tomorrow. Like, clean sheet. Get that clean sheet, please.
I hope so. I hope so. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please like and subscribe the channel. Sorry, please like this video and subscribe the channel. And we are very close to 250. We're just 5 subscribers away. Would be great if you guys can help us reach that goal. And you guys can follow us on Twitter as well, or X, whatever you call it. You'll find the link in the description. And again, we're pretty close to 100 followers on X as well. So yeah, I hope we can achieve that goal as well. And let us know your opinions in the comment section. And hopefully we'll win the match tomorrow, and we'll do the review of the match pretty soon, just after the match, within the day itself. So you guys catch it soon, and until then, Opa Atleti.
Ciao, ciao.